Hello again. What a week it has been, particularly in Europe. Paul Merson's here with me to look back and forwards. Let's start with Liverpool, or more particularly, Merson. Let's start with Mo Salah. Is he right up there with Messi and Ronaldo now?
I think it was, as we talked today, he's the best player in the world, isn't he? In my opinion. I mean, you know, he's 40 goals, 40-odd goals. He's taken
43 now.
43. He's going to, looks like he's going to take Liverpool to the Champions League final. He's taken his country to the World Cup final. What do you have to do to win the Ballon d'Or? For me, he's the best player in the world, as we talked today.
The way he took his goals was special, wasn't it?
I mean, the second one, I mean, you'd have thought it was an 8v8 at a training ground. I mean, you've got everybody chasing him. He just dinks it over the keeper. He's class, absolutely class. And at the moment, he's unplayable. He's unplayable.
I was scratching my head a little bit when Jurgen Klopp decided to take him off. What do you think was the thought behind that?
I don't know. You know, people might go, oh, he's had an injury, you know, and I'm looking after him, but he'll probably go and end up playing on Saturday. So what's the point? Surely you're better off playing for the rest of that game and not playing Saturday. The other thing is, with Klopp, why bring a defender on at 5-2? Why not bring the defender on at 5-0? And the game's over. You know, I know it's probably over now, Jeff, but there's a way. It's man management. You don't have to keep on entertaining. Do you know what I mean? It's 5-0. The game is completely and utterly over. And the door is slightly open now. It's slightly open.
Just a chink of light.
Yeah.
I mean, the one downside, really, during the course of that game for Liverpool and England was poor old Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And you could see the second that he went down that this was serious. And it's desperate for him. But who could it open the door for in the England squad, do you think?
I mean, you're looking at, for me, it's going to be Jack Wilshere, really. It seems to me that Gareth probably doesn't fancy Shelvey. I don't know what it is. You know, not to be given an opportunity or any chance tells you something. I mean, if he gets a chance, I'm sure he'll take it. But with Oxlade-Chamberlain, I mean, it's such a blow. I mean, if they go and play Real Madrid in the final, I just don't know how Liverpool could live with Real Madrid's midfield free without Oxlade-Chamberlain there. He just gives you something different. But, you know, at the moment, you know, you just feel for the lad, but it happens every World Cup. Yeah. Someone always gets injured, and you know, you just don't want to be that player.
Yeah, he's a very genuine boy.
And he's done great since he's been at Liverpool.
Yeah. What about his old side then, Merson? I mean, Arsenal on Thursday, they were Arsenal, really, weren't they?
It was Arsenal for the last 10 years. It was, you know, I thought they played very well for 80 minutes. I thought they were up for it. They moved the ball. They made loads of chances. Some bad finishing, if I'm being honest, but made chances. Got in front, Jeff, and really then you've got to have a bit of game management about you. You know, the two centre-halves, I dread to think how many caps they got between them. They're not two young kids, and they just get it's just bone-idle laziness, in my opinion, for one of them to come across, the other one to drop round. It's just daydreaming. It's like, oh, well, we're winning 1-0. What's going to happen now? You know, and even when
they don't sense danger,
they don't sense, no, and they're international footballers. You know, when Mustafi was talking earlier, when the ball goes, he then goes, oh, I've got to go now. Oh, he ain't done what he should have done, and then he falls over, and it's Arsenal. It's a shame, because I think 1-0 was enough. I really do think it was enough 1-0.
Of course, every game now is a sort of landmark game for Arsene Wenger, isn't it? And this weekend goes to Old Trafford for the last time. It'd be interesting to see what sort of reception he gets from the Manchester United fans. Hopefully a good one.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a good one. You know, hopefully, but at the same time, you couldn't put your hat on anybody playing, could you? I just don't know what the team will feel. I think Iwobi will play, and then whoever plays after that. I mean, it's a game that Arsenal don't really need.
No, absolutely.
You know, don't need it, and it's just disappointing because, you know, at 1-0, I thought they were halfway, but virtually through, really.
Just interested in sort of Spurs and Chelsea as well this weekend. I mean, Spurs went out to Manchester United in the FA Cup semi-final. You know, a lot of accusations thrown around about the number of semi-finals they've lost in a row. Chelsea played this weekend first. If they win, they're 2 points behind Spurs in the table. Do you think that Spurs fans should be concerned, should be looking over their shoulders?
No. I think Chelsea are more likely to chase Liverpool down. because of the situation they're in. I think this game Saturday morning against Stoke, I think that's the defining game for Chelsea, because they got to play Liverpool. So if they don't put out a full team and Stoke can get something out of that, and then I think Chelsea have got a chance. I just think you couldn't hand-pick Tottenham's fixtures any better. Their running's great. I mean, Watford at home, you know, they're renowned. When the pressure's off, nothing to play for, they'll score for 6s and 7s. They've done it last year. You know, I don't see Chelsea chasing down Tottenham. Maybe Liverpool if it goes a bit pair against Stoke.
OK, well, that'll be good news for Spurs, because they can't afford to be into a new stadium without Champions League football, can they? And
well, they need to go into the stadium with their players as well, and I don't see that happening.
Just one game down at the bottom to mention, Merson, I think, and that's Southampton against Bournemouth. Mark Hughes appears to put all of his eggs in this particular basket of beating Bournemouth and winning at Swansea.
Well, when I watched them against Leicester, virtually the second half sort of half played for a draw on the strength of we'll beat Bournemouth, and then we'll take our big chance against Swansea, and we'll have to win at Swansea. So this is a massive football match. If they lose, good night.
Do you think they've shown enough recently to suggest that they might have a win or two in them?
Yeah, it's not a bad team, is it? I mean, I look here, you know, they've just been negative over time, and it's caught up with them. They're not a bad football team. I don't look at these and think, God, if these stayed up this year, would they go down next year? No, I don't think they would. I think they have got a couple of wins. I'd like to see 2 up front. I think they've got to play 2 up front tomorrow and absolutely have a go. I think if you can get Austin up front and then Long with his energy and Austin with his goal scoring, I think they've still got a chance. I really do. The problem is, if Liverpool win, what will Chelsea be like on Friday night? On Saturday evening against Swansea? Because Swansea's a hard place to go. They've done all right, Swansea, at home. And Chelsea, you know, it's the FA Cup, World Cup coming up. You know, I don't know if they'll have that intensity.
Yeah, so many questions still to be answered. Be a tense 90 minutes at St Mary's, that's for sure, on Saturday afternoon. Thanks very much indeed again, Merce.
Cheers, Jet.